Welcome to One Brain Ops. My name is Ryan Brewer, and stick with me on this one.
Oh God.
She wants to get him back. It's Olivia Holtz.
Okay, keep going.
Bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire. It's Aiden Kuzan.
I love that one.
He ruined this joke by still not having his driver's license. It's Daniel Brewer.
Yeah, so about that, I was driving down your street crying because you weren't around.
Good for you! It's Carl Holtz. It has the same punchline as the last one. That's why I did that. Today we are playing Three of These People Are Lying, where we each put Wikipedia articles on a card, and we're going to take turns drawing them and either tell truth about them or lie about them, depending on whose cards we pick. I'm going first, and I have picked Gree-Gree. G-R-I, Gree-Gree. Alright. Livy, what is Gree-Gree?
Gree-Gree is a character from basically this Vocaloid show called Every Day with Miku Dayo. Miku Dayo is like this mascot costume version of Miku. She's kind of known for like suffering because she can't speak and she doesn't have like elbows. She's literally just like a giant version of like a figure, basically.
She doesn't have it.
She literally does not.
Alright.
No, I believe you, but it's funny.
I'm going to ask you more details on that later, but I've written down character from something. Alright, Carl, what is Gree-Gree?
It is a Nigerian grain.
Nigerian grain. Okay, Aiden?
It is a descending device for rappelling. Rock climbing.
You used this lie on me last time, Aiden.
No, last time it was
ascending. It's two different things. It's completely different.
Chameleon.
Okay.
Chameleon. That's right, the transition summary.
Alright. And Daniel.
It's a monkey that lives in Madagascar.
Strike. Alright. There are not monkeys on Madagascar, there are lemurs, but... Okay. So we already know it's not Daniel. Aiden, tell me more about this descending device.
Okay, so it came out in 1992. It's basically if you like fall or anything like that, it'll like catch you. The nice thing about the Gree-Gree is that it like kind of slowly clutches the rope, so it's like kind of a safety feature where you don't like get a sudden shock. It'll like kind of absorb some of the energy. And then you can like slowly also like turn the device to like slowly descend.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going?
Well, I was just going to ask, where does the name come from? Did it say?
It was an African amulet. I guess there's some fable for an African amulet, and it's it means like spirit or like spirit of evilness or something, like prevention of evilness.
Okay.
Something with evilness.
Something with evilness.
Yes. But like the blocking of it. Oh, the wearer, the person who wears it like is blocked by evil. Or, like you can't be evil. I don't. It prevents.
It's blocked by evil.
All right, I've written down rock climbing 1992 evilness. That's
You got
good.
it.
All right, Carl, do you have any more on the grain?
It's similar to couscous.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really used as a flour because of like the type of grain that it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's a birch because of the way
That's pretty neat.
It's the aspen.
Okay. All right, and then Livy, can you describe more about what this character looks like?
So Miku Dayo, right, every day's living hell for her. And then Gree-Gree is the host. She's literally just like a regular woman. And so the whole thing is just kind of like them juxtaposing each other, where Gree-Gree is like totally fine and well adjusted, and she's just having a good time on the show. And she basically just like is the only speaking character. Yeah.
Yes, Carl.
Does Grigri have elbows?
Yes, she's a normal human woman.
Normal human women do have elbows.
I know you don't know a lot about them, Carl.
Okay. Boy. I don't like any of these.
I feel like we could be really proud of everything we've accomplished.
Do you want me to
guys.
be more in depth?
No.
There's some interesting aspects to it.
The thing is,
I would
Aiden,
say.
I fell for this last time. I will be so mad at myself if I fall for this again. I'm
Okay,
not
but think
picking
about it.
Aiden out of principle.
Think about it. If I made that up as a lie, what if
Right.
it was the truth? I knew this exists, and I was just like swapping
Yeah.
the name.
So
Everything
that's
could
really
be.
good. That's a good point. But if that were the case, you would have said Descent the first time.
But what if I'm mixing it up?
No, see, I don't buy that. You're way too smart for that. I'm
To
going.
mix it up?
Yeah,
Would it be the other way around, where I'd be... Okay. Go
Yeah,
on.
he's tricking you.
I'm gonna guess Olivia because she said the most words that I didn't understand.
No, this show is real. I don't remember the name, but no,
So you were
Clue.
applying a different thing to the name.
yeah, I
Okay.
was switching it up.
Aiden was with the rock climbing thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And there's another aspect. So the Grigri came out in 1992. They revised it in 2009, and that was a Grigri 2. But then they revised it in 2017, and that was the Grigri Plus. They revised it again in 2021. That's just the Grigri.
Oh.
So it's Grigri, Grigri 2, Grigri Plus, Grigri. Grigri is the best one, but don't mistake it for Grigri original.
All right.
I wanted to say that, but you didn't let me.
Well, I'm sorry, but you got to
Okay.
say it afterwards, so.
I do want to show off Miku Dayo.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to message me that.
Wait.
because I'm not going to be able to look it up later.
She doesn't have elbows.
Put that in the
No.
chat so that I can put it on the screen
Cool.
of the video.
I'm gonna show a Grigri in action. Please do it.
I'll try. All right, so
Just find a picture of Grigri and circle the elbows.
actually, Aiden, you're going next, so you don't need to get yourself a new article. We can just go straight into your turn.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Oh no.
And yeah, by the way, Daniel, come on. Lemurs in Madagascar. Really?
I said monkeys.
Yeah, you said monkeys. There
And you
are no
said
monkeys
lemurs.
there.
You just said lemurs instead of monkeys.
Madagascar is famous for its lack of monkeys.
I like to move it.
When I think of
There were once
Madagascar, I think
monkeys.
of the distinct
No.
lack of monkeys.
I think of the movie.
It's
Yeah,
famous
you
for
could've-
having lemurs, which are not monkeys, and it's the only place where there are lemurs.
I feel like you could have said like, "Oh, I thought they're the same." Like I read lemur, but like I
No,
thought it was a
Yeah,
type of
because I know
monkey.
that.
I saw a man.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
He knew that he was never going to sell me on that, so he just
Okay.
gave
I
up.
had to go to the
See, I feel like that's something I could pull off.
No.
I have a famously bad memory.
I mean, yes, but no. Okay. Aiden, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
It's Aiden's turn, and we are discussing.
Are lemurs monkeys? Who knows?
I do, they're not.
Who knows? We'll never know. High five. That's the prompt. High.5.
I really.
No.
Hi, Jolly Monument.
There we go. That was a good one.
Oh!
Michael picked that one. All right.
Okay.
High.5.
High.5. Carl, you high-fived. Is that high.5?
No. High.5 is a surfwear company.
Surfwear?
Yeah, so like life jackets, like surf shirts.
Oh, not like surfing the web, which is for some reason what I thought of.
So they make jackets. Do they make surfboards?
Nope.
Just clothing.
It's specifically surfwear.
Okay.
Olivia, what is high.5?
So, High Five was a boy band from the 90s, and believe it or not, there were 5 members.
Oh.
It's not like One Direction.
Where they actually
We're
went in
5.
several directions.
Yeah, I was going to say one is in hell currently.
This is the car.
Oh, yeah, that'll be our pizza.
Oh, that's a cool Domino's thing.
Okay.
Oh!
Very
Do
streamlined.
I keep going until they knock on the door?
Yeah, go ahead. You can ask one of us if it's just a quick description.
He hasn't asked me yet.
Either me or you, yeah.
Ryan.
Okay. High Five is and I don't know if it's High Five or High.5, but it is a Korean film.
Well, I think I can ask
which
another
Korea?
one. Daniel, what is it?
Australian kids cartoon.
Okay.
Okay, let's pause now.
Pause.
Until the pizza arrives, which should be momentarily. Aiden, when you're ready.
Okay.
Welcome to My Brain Ops ASMR edition. Ryan, as you're chewing, what is this Korean film?
Okay. I have no idea if Mike will pick that up, so he asked
That'll be
me.
perfect.
He asked me for more details about the Korean film. Okay. So, the plot of this movie is that there are 5 superheroes who gain their powers because they all got organ transplants.
Oh.
They all got organ transplants from someone who died who had, and this is the wording it used, psychic powers. And the film, as far as I can tell, has not yet been released. It was filmed in 2021, was going to be released in 22, and the lead actor from the film, who, they're all Korean names, so I can't remember any of them, but the lead actor from the film got in trouble because he got arrested for having marijuana, which is, like, still a big taboo there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they still haven't released the film, and there's, like, talk about whether they're just going to, like, edit him out of the film, basically, even though he's the main character. So that's High Five, or High.5.
Any foreign film is like, well, that could be plausible. And the fact that you said, like, we did super bad there, I feel like this is a common thing, but that definitely adds, like, credibility to it. Okay, going to the next, like, kind of film show. Daniel, can you tell me more about this Australian kid show?
So it follows a young boy named Hannibal. And
Hannibal Lecter?
and his name is Hannibal.
Just Hannibal.
Just
okay.
Hannibal.
He was the one who crossed the Alps.
He on the very first episode he loses his dog, and then the whole rest of the season is just him trying to find his dog, and he goes through different adventures.
Are we sure that Hannibal isn't the dog?
No, Hannibal is the kid. It ran for 1 season. It wasn't successful, but he just goes through countless adventures.
This is a prequel to Hannibal Lecter. The making of.
This is why he is the way he is.
All because he lost his dog as a child.
Jog.
Jog.
He lost his jog.
I would too if I lost my jog.
You just do a fart like.
Why can't I do both? Livy, what is this boy band?
Yeah, so basically, as the 90s, woohoo, they're all, like, 16 to 18, so they're, like, super young. And they were meant mainly to appeal, shockingly, to, like, preteen girls. And it was a lot of, you know, like, super upbeat songs. Yeah, and, you know, they all fit, you know, their, like, category and role within the group. It was not really anything special, which is why they were not successful.
So they had, like, nothing unique about them?
No.
How convenient.
Not for them.
They're all American?
Yeah.
And were they just saying that they're 16 to 18, or were they actually 16
They
to
were
18?
actually.
What is their most popular song? What was the name of it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I didn't look through their entire discography. I'm sorry.
I think that would be a major plot point in the Wikipedia article. What would be in a Wikipedia article? What was the lead singer's name?
Drew.
Drew. Just Drew?
Chew.
What is the last name of Drew? Does Drew have a last name? Is he like the mystery guy?
So in like all the advertising, right, they don't really have last names. They're just like stereotypical boys you can project your dreams onto.
Gotcha.
I do that sometimes.
Don't we all?
I made a little pass.
But like his actual legal name was Drew Longmore.
Longmore. Okay.
I'd draw short less.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you weren't in.
I suppose so.
Carl, can you tell me more about High Five?
I mean, their most profitable product is life jackets.
Life jackets. Okay.
Because, I mean, you're supposed to have life jackets on every boat that you ever go on.
I thought that's a surfwear company.
Yeah.
That wouldn't involve boats.
Yeah, Carl.
Have you ever heard of wake surfing?
I mean, yeah, but that was a jet ski. That's not
What?
a boat. Doesn't wake?
No.
Does it involve a jet ski?
No. It involves a big, huge boat that can add water into it to make like a bigger wake, and you actually surf on the wake. It's a smaller board than a surfboard, but
Because with jet skis, the wake just kind of goes straight up, not out.
Up, but not out.
Oh, so this is like where they have like a rope tied to the boat?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Surfwear isn't really the right word, but that is how they brand themselves.
But you don't want to say water sports because that sounds like something else.
Right, they brand themselves as a surfwear company.
What's their logo? What does
It's a
it
hand.
look like? It's a hand?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
What is their colors of their logo?
Blue and black. Like
Blue and
really,
black.
really dark blue.
Dark
And like
blue,
black background. Yeah.
Gotcha. Have they made like any innovations in life jackets that makes their product popular?
Not particularly, they're just really high quality.
Okay. When did they start?
I think it was the 70s.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now you have all the information.
Yes. I don't think
I can tell you more.
Yeah, I would like that. Could you tell me more?
So again, the premise is that he lost his dog in the first episode, and he finds his dog in the last episode. There's 8 episodes in the season.
So he became a serial killer even though he did find his dog?
And they set up the next season by making him lose his cat.
Oh.
There was 1 season only, but
So it meant to be like a limited series?
it wasn't supposed to go on for a long time. It was supposed to be just. It was originally going to be like a short film, but they turned it into a series.
Kind of a reverse Moana too.
What was the like target audience age?
Like 9 to 10, like
9 to
around
10.
there.
Okay. I feel like there aren't many limited series for such a young age. I don't think that's very popular. I feel like all these like companies try to like, I don't know, get a show to last as long as possible at that age. For merch and such. So I think that's not it. Ryan, so
What did I
please
say
tell
it
me
was?
more. What do you think you said it was? Please tell me.
Oh yeah, it was that Korean movie. Yeah.
It was actually
What do you want to know?
How did they get their powers again?
Right, they got organ transplants from a guy who had psychic powers.
Okay, was the psychic a superpower?
No idea. It didn't say in the article what the powers actually were. It was actually a pretty short article, disappointingly. I would have loved more detail about this.
Okay. And it came out recently, or it was going to come out recently.
Yeah, originally supposed to be released in 2022. As far as I can tell, still hasn't been released.
I think it's between Ryan and Carl. Is it Carl's?
Nope.
Is it Ryan's?
Yep.
So close.
Do you know what I was describing?
Is it Body Glove?
I fully forgot.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Body Glove was a teal and black, and that's why it was like, that might be right. So it's like kind of blue.
Yeah, this is what it says under plot. 5 ordinary people suddenly develop various superpower abilities after receiving organ transplants from a man with psychic superpower. They end up defending themselves from a different group of people who seek to steal their powers. Which I assume means kill them and harvest their organs. And then, yeah... The first tentative release date for High Five was 2022. It was later scheduled for a May 2023 release. It was postponed indefinitely after Yu Ah-in, don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, tested positive for propofol and marijuana in February 2023. Later in June 23, Next Entertainment World reported that internal discussions were underway on how to edit out Yu, and that releasing the movie within the next year would be difficult.
Gotcha. I think if you said propofol, I would have believed you, because I feel like weed is everyone kind of knows that Korea and Korea really hates weed. So I just thought that was
I guess I missed that
credibility.
detail. Yeah, but again, yeah, if I had said that detail, that probably would have done it. Okay, well that was Aiden's turn. So I need to put in a new article, and so does Aiden because he was the last one.
Yeah.
Ryan, you forgot to throw your card.
That's okay.
No, I threw that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Gree.
Greg goes, wee wee.
All right, transition.
Huh.
All right, it's Carl's turn. Carl's going to draw a card.
That's what Carl does. Carl draws cards.
Magician.
I appreciate that. Every time. I'll charge that next time.
I appreciate it less. Chundoku.
Huh?
Chundoku. It's the Sudoku of it's the tsunami surge of Sudoku.
Oh.
Sundoku.
What is Chundoku?
Honestly, it's a Japanese word, but it's the phenomenon of buying books and putting on a shelf and just never reading it. So just having a collection, a personal collection of never read books.
I could believe the Japanese would have a word for that.
I mean, yeah, because it's right.
Should believe it.
You know what I can't believe?
What can you believe?
That's not butter.
That's not butter.
Can't believe it's not butter. Chundoku.
It is a dating sim where the primary game base is Sudoku. So you have to
love
earn coins and gifts and stuff by completing levels, and then all the love interests are tsunderes. So it's tsundere Sudoku.
You know what's funny is I actually entirely believe that. It is very plausible.
Listen, there's a lot of niches.
Daniel.
Aiden's concerningly close. It is a Japanese word, but it's a clothing brand.
That's not that close.
So just
It's
a Japanese.
Japanese.
Word.
It's a Japanese clothing brand.
I feel like you have a very different definition of concerningly close than the rest. Ryan.
Yeah, so actually Olivia was concerningly close. It's actually just a version of Sudoku with some extra rules.
Right? Ryan, right away, you want to elaborate on those extra rules?
No, I'm eating pizza.
Oh.
I can if you want. So
Wasn't ready for you to
there's
ask him right away.
a few different versions of this, and there's a million different versions of Sudoku. But this one, it has like these extra little boxes. So in addition to the 9x9 grid, it's got these little boxes throughout that each have a number value assigned to them, and the digits inside the box have to also add up to equal that number. So, like, there could be, one that has a 17 and it's 3 digits, and so, like, the ones you have to put in there inside those 3 spaces have to all add up to 17. Other than that, it's basically normal Sudoku.
I mean, yeah. Sudoku plus 17.
It doesn't have to be 17. You can have other values.
That was the example you gave. Daniel, are these clothes notable in any way?
Not notable besides that they're targeted towards just children.
I feel like that's not notable either.
No, there's not really anything notable. They make shirts, hats, and pants, and that's all they.
How exactly are they targeted towards children?
Well, let me shoot them
sucks.
out of a t-shirt can.
They're all just like game
That's the joke I was
characters
trying
and
to
stuff.
make. The other joke was, well, because they're in small sizes that would fit children, but
Yeah, obviously.
Liv, is there anything else you want to tell me about this dating sim?
No.
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
know.
Alright.
It's pretty cheap.
It's on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we're doing when we get home.
That's okay.
But we do need to have separate waifus.
Of course.
Yeah.
Aiden, when was this phenomenon first named?
Late 1800s, early 1900s. Like, they're not quite sure. It was just 100 years ago, over 100.
The late 1900s?
No, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay, because you said late 1900s
Did
the
I?
first time.
Sorry.
You said
Late
over 100
1800s.
years ago. I was like, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
it's now the year 2025.
Oh.
It feels good to be living in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I already messed up 2025. 2026 is my year.
Did you have a resolution that you already broke?
Be with family during the time that it's 2025. But I was instead in bed playing Super Smash Bros.
Honestly, that's better.
Maybe.
I don't really know what I can get out of any of you. Like, for more information. I don't... Daniel, I'm gonna rule you out just because, like, yeah, I think that would probably have a Wikipedia article. I wrote Japanese clothes lame.
Why?
Because it's not notable.
Yeah, it's not.
They're lame.
I don't really think.
Is there like
Was there supposed to be something notable about it? Does everything notable have to have a Wikipedia, or everything that's not notable have to?
Wikipedia article has to have notable things.
Yes.
Cool.
Is it like a budget brand or a luxury brand?
It's just it's a budget brand, so it's for younger kids. Poor kids. I don't think you should rule me out just because there wasn't anything notable, because there could be other...
No, I mean, yeah. Aiden had his...
Yeah.
And I am concerningly close to...
They're both Japanese.
all of ours are Japanese because it's a very obviously
all
Japanese word.
concerningly close. Wow.
So is Japanese.
It's actually Korean.
I might be putting meaning into this that's not there. No, I don't think I am. Livy, is it yours?
No.
Ryan, is it yours?
So what I was describing is called killer Sudoku.
That's right. Daniel, is it yours?
No.
Final guess.
He's gonna guess Ryan again.
Yeah.
Carl, is it yours? So, buying books but not reading them phenomenon.
It just not like necessarily buying, but acquiring them.
Collecting books but not reading them.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's cool.
What, like...
because I guess like everyone does that. To be fair, like
Yeah.
I've definitely done that where I have a book. I'm like, oh, I'll read this. I never.
Yeah, I've got several.
I've never done that. You know, I
Really?
read every book I have.
Okay.
Do you have more in an article in the article that
It
you?
was pretty short. I guess another note was like random English people were like, let's bring this into the English language, and I don't know if they did or didn't. No one really knows about it. So
That's how you
they
get
basically
one cheer.
did. Yeah.
All right, Aiden, you need to put in a new article, and then we're going to continue.
Cool.
Transition. Yeah, and there were like a couple of boulders and like some construction signs and stuff that came with that, and you shoved one of those up his nose. Okay, anyway, if we're ready, it's Livy's turn. Draw a card.
Card. Not the top card. My
Okay, what
card.
to do?
Draw the middle card.
I'm sorry.
On the card.
Okay. Phantom of Heilbronn.
Phantom of
Heilbronn. Okay. Carl, you want to start?
No, but I
Okay,
will
do
anyway. It's my article. So, Phantom of Heilbronn is allegedly a ghost of an old church in Germany.
Okay. Aiden?
So this was unofficially the sequel to Phantom of the Opera.
unofficial sequel.
It wasn't made by the same person, so that's why I guess it was unofficial.
Phantom of Heilbronn.
Well, like it was a total flop, like most sequels are.
Okay. I mean, I hope it's unofficial because Love Never Dies is the sequel to Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
That's why it's unofficial.
That's why it's official, though. Yeah.
Okay. Daniel?
So, legend has it that this man was swimming in the Lake Heilbronn, and then he drowned, and then his spirit still lingers there.
Ryan?
Allegedly, one of the most prolific criminals ever.
Oh, okay. I'm straight bad guy then.
Also,
Alleged.
not a man.
Okay. So bad
was
guy.
Phantom?
sheep.
It was a woman.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
sheep.
Tell me more about this woman.
Okay, so the reason I said allegedly, turns out she wasn't actually a criminal, but her DNA was found across like a ton of different crime scenes. In Europe, it was mostly centered around Germany and Austria, and basically, this was from like the early '90s to like the late 2000s. They just kept finding her DNA in all these different places at crime scenes. Turned out to actually be the DNA of an employee who worked at the cotton swab making factory that they were swabbing the crime scenes with.
Okay, I think I have heard about this. But I would love to hear about the unofficial Phantom of the Opera sequel.
Yeah, so this was like a direct-to-video in 2008, and the reason that it was like it didn't get really popular, it was direct-to-video, and it was also during a recession, so no one really cared to like watch these movies during the recession, and it was just a complete flop.
I mean, like, what happens? Tell me the story.
I got rushed. I don't know the story. You guys are rushing me. I can't read all of it. I was trying to read all of it, but it was like I didn't want to.
This story is way too boring for me to memorize.
It was a long Wikipedia article. I just I didn't have enough time.
Are you cosplaying as the Phantom of Heilbronn over there? No, that's Aiden's Phantom of Heilbronn. Your Phantom has 2 eyes.
Okay. Is there anything significant about this guy who drowned in the lake?
So he was with his friends when he drowned. It was a few hours prior. They noticed he was struggling way out in the deep, and they went to get help, but they didn't make it in time, and he drowned. And so it just haunts the lake, so no one will swim there, and it's also there's police tape around it, so you can't go anyway.
How long ago was this?
25 years.
And they've had police tape up for 25 years?
I'm so sorry.
As of recent, they put it up because people were still trying to swim there. And now they can't.
So is it dangerous to swim beyond just a guy drowned there once?
It's because it gets very deep, and it's a large lake, and there's a lot to swim out to.
Okay. Carl, do you have anything about your ghost?
Nobody really knows how he died. The prevailing theory is that he was hanged. He does have 2 eyes. Also, the Phantom has 2 eyes.
Yeah, he does. I was waiting for someone to notice that.
Okay. I do vaguely remember the swab thing. I don't know if that's something else. So I'm gonna guess it's the...
You're guessing now that
Yeah,
it's me?
yeah.
You're right, it's me.
Cool.
I thought I give a very great case.
You would have if it
I did
was
not know there was a
anyone
sequel.
else. I know.
I had no clue that was
Yeah.
a sequel.
Listen, mine had 2 eyes, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the sequel. Phantom 2, 2 eyes.
Well, Phantom and Phantom 1 also had 2 eyes.
Not in the unofficial version. This is the unofficial sequel.
Yeah, the other detail there that's interesting is that actually the cotton swabs that were contaminated were not actually supposed to be used for crime scenes anyway. But all these different police departments had just been using them anyway, even though they weren't
Designed sterile.
for
They weren't even supposed to be.
they're designed to be sterile, but not
Right.
completely free of DNA. So there's a special process that's supposed to
Yeah.
go into manufacturing them, the ones that are used for crime scenes, and they just were ignoring that, and so the police got sent on this wild goose chase for 2 decades.
Wild swab chase.
Yep.
I mean, why would you use something for its intended purpose when you could just get a cheaper one that
All right.
doesn't work?
I need to put in a new article, and then
Yeah.
it'll be Daniel's turn. So, I'm going to do that.
I have
All
selected
right,
one.
last round. Daniel is up. Go ahead and pick a card when you're ready, Daniel.
All right, we will be talking about Gentle Monster.
Gentle Monster.
Gentle Monster.
All right.
All right, we're going to start with Carl this time.
Gentle Monster is a prequel book to the book where the wild things are.
Okay. Aiden.
Carl is concerningly close. It is a children's book, but it's not a prequel or anything. It's its own book, and the life lesson is this monster. He doesn't mean to do any harm, but he's like just so big that like he accidentally destroys everything or accidentally destroys stuff.
Okay, so we're
Like,
talking about
he's-
Clifford.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're talking about
Yeah,
It's
it's
both
like-
Clifford and the giant problem.
or the BFG.
He's not.
He's big.
Big friendly giant.
Yeah, he's not
No,
like.
big gun.
All right, let's hear Ryan.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. You want to go with me?
Yep.
Okay. Gentle Monster is a brand of sunglasses.
Okay.
So yeah, these guys are just concerningly far away.
That's why
All right.
we're at the other side of the table.
Last but definitely not least.
Thank you so much. Gentle Monster is a fantasy K-drama about a guy who gets cursed, and it's essentially just Korean Beauty and the Beast set in modern day.
Okay. So
Understandable.
He wrote, I'm not writing that.
alright, so I kind of cut you off with that Clifford thing. What else is there about that children's book?
I mean, yeah, you're kind of right. It's a little bit similar to Clifford, but in this case, it's a monster. It has a mother monster and a father monster. He usually talks to the mother monster, and it's also kind of a story about like, no matter what you do, I like still love you. I guess in a sense, also like kind of similar to like No David No. I think that's a
Oh, I know the book.
Yeah, it's very similar to that actually, more than like Clifford.
So it's I love you, stinky face.
I don't know that book.
It's literally like, would you love me if I was a worm? And she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I could take care of you. And then he's like, would you love me if I was a skunk?
I
Yeah,
love you as high as I can hop.
it's like not that obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's more similar.
That was one of those like books that you could like record your voice reading, and my grandma got one for Daniel when he was little. And some of the pages that she read were just so funny. The best one was, "I love you as high as I can hop." Hop. Her voice like squeaked.
Okay, Carl, so is the prequel called Where Are the Wild Things?
What are the wild things?
So, alright, give me a little
Not
bit.
under here.
Give me a little bit more information.
It's more focused on the child and his parents. It is concerningly close. No, it's more about like the child when he was like 2, and just terrible too.
So I'm sorry, again, not my turn, but was this written before or after Where the Wild Things Are?
After,
So written after, but takes place before.
yes,
Okay.
I feel like that's
Like
Star Wars.
Five Nights at Freddy's too.
or a standard Greek.
Oh yeah, Star Wars is probably better.
Star Wars is a much better example, yes.
Alright, Ryan, is there anything else notable about the brand of sunglasses?
Yeah. So it's a South Korean company that makes them. We just keep going to South Korea.
It's the new Sweden.
Today's Sweden.
That's because we can't do Sweden anymore. That's stricken.
They're kind of they're like high-end sunglasses. It said in there that they're usually priced in the $200 to $300 range in America. They listed some celebrities who have worn them. A lot of them are like Korean celebrities, but I think like Beyonce was in there too. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's notable. The name Gentle Monster is like just meant to be like a juxtaposition. Like
That
you
was
take
my
two
next question.
very opposite words. That's it. It doesn't have any significance
It is-
beyond that.
That is very bougie fashion.
Mm.
Okay, so I think with Livy's, of course I'm not writing that, but I think you like to lean a lot towards like pop culture, that kind of thing, with a lot of your answers, and you get super specific. And sometimes they're true, Not this time. I'm gonna cross you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Doctor Who, so.
So I feel like you, Aiden, completely described Clifford. There was a
Not
Clifford
Clifford.
doesn't have parents, okay?
Yeah, it's different, and it's
Emily
like
does.
it's more of like
Emily
a lovely.
Elizabeth.
Emily Elizabeth.
But she's not a dog.
Yeah, but there are parents in the story.
She's sort
Okay,
of.
yeah,
she is
but-
Clifford's dog mom.
Yeah.
I think for kind of a similar reason, I think I want to cross out that one too.
By the way, like Emily Elizabeth's parents have to have so much money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many lawsuits they must have faced? Like,
How did they afford to build that custom giant dog house with like a stairway up to the balcony where she can go read him a book at night?
yeah.
That's not even the biggest problem. Think about how much food he eats.
Right, and who's picking up Clifford's poop?
This is why.
And, like, how do you vaccinate that? Or, like, how many antibiotics would you need?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you still just stab it with a needle. Right?
Yeah, but
Might
like,
take
how
longer.
many needles are like how
Yeah.
big of a needle?
No, you just need many small needles.
Same spot, or just like throw it like darts?
I think you turned it into a game. Yeah, you make it the darts thing.
Okay. So then I'm between two, but I don't really think
This
I'm.
isn't a children's book.
Ryan, is it yours?
Yes.
Okay.
You picked mine twice in a row there.
Nice.
It's funny that we like kind of just copied each other. Like I
That was
totally
really
copied
funny.
you, and then
Yeah.
it's like I said it's like, oh yeah, basically what Aiden said.
That was really funny for me, knowing that you were both lying, just totally copying each other.
I feel like you're describing an actual book, though.
Yeah,
Were you
Clifford.
not?
No.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I was trying to like mimic No David No, but in the monster form. It wasn't actually. I wasn't trying to do Clifford.
I think I was kind of going I love you stinky face, but
I like Daniel's alternate title, though. Where are the wild things? All right. Well, that was an episode of One Brain Ops. Thank you for.
Wait, who won?
Oh yeah, who won?
Olivia. She got
Wow.
3 points.
She's on a winning
Darn.
streak. All right.
Jeez.
We're gonna have to defeat her next time. Goodbye.
Adios.
Quinceañera.
What?
Sayonara.
Cut.
You meant sayonara and it's quinceañera. Those are different things, but.
Just cut it right at the That'll bring up engagement.
Mm.